Thanks for tuning in. This is Gold is Where You Find It. And right now, we're having some pretty severe drought conditions. And that can be a good thing, and that can be a bad thing, depending on your perspective. But in terms of gold prospecting, a lot more gravel is exposed for you to kind of take a look and see what type of features you might think are creating interruptions in the flow and potentially creating pay streaks. So that's what we're going to do today, is we're going to look around, see what looks interesting to us, and try to find a pay streak and get some gold. So smash the like button and let's get to it. This is a really nice inside bend here, and you can see the rocks are piled up kind of high there. So what I like to do is look for a place where there's a low spot that might be a little closer to bedrock. And right here seems to be a lot lower, and so this is where my instincts tell me that I should take my first pan. So let's go ahead and do a pan from right there. That's a pretty good start. Let's go ahead and zoom in. And you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 colors. As the birds are flipping out behind me for some reason. But 7 color pan with glacial gold, that's what I like to see, especially right on the surface. Yeah, buddy. Set that right there. Come get the camera. And let's take a look. That's pretty nice. I think we're definitely going to start running some material now. What do we got there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 colors, at least 10 colors, and let's go. So my wife, Careless Whispers, is over here, and she's got a hurt wrist. So I'm gonna dig some material for her to pan so we can share in the gold finding adventure. I'd recommend you probably use your small pan. So you don't hurt your wrist even worse.
I have a bucket, you can just toss it into the bucket, and I'll just do little pans.
Put the material in the bucket for you? Okay, yeah, I can do that.
That would be easier, you know, you can continue your video. And I can just go through it with my little pan and just shoot.
Of course.
It would be easier.
Alright, well, I'll just get it classified down for you. Alright, I got a bucket filled up for my wife to do some panning. And she's right over there, and her channel is called Careless Whispers, and that's one of her new t-shirts in her merch store. So I'm going to link to that, and tell me that's not an awesome looking t-shirt design right there, and you should go on over there and get you one of those. Now it's time to fill up my bucket and bust out the adventure sluice. I got the Dream At Adventure sluice set up. And I can probably pan faster than I can feed this thing, but let's be honest, this is a lot more fun than panning. My personal opinion. Ooh, I just saw like 4 pieces of lead go in like the first scoop. Uh-oh. Oh, it's sliding. No. I think I need to secure this thing a little better. Oh. Okay. Alright, start over. That was a blooper. Didn't have that set up right. All right, I think that's gonna work. There we go. Much better, much better. Oh, look at that. Already a piece of gold stuck. Oh, it was stuck. I don't know if you saw it, but it stuck right there for a second, and then it moved downhill a little ways. Is it in there? There it is. In the very first cell. Look at that. That's right. And that one. There it is right there. You can see that. So we got gold in here, that's for sure. And bucket run, sluice box pulled. Let's pan it out and see what we got. That's good enough. We're just going to take a quick look. And I'll clean it up at home and we'll show you a little bit better once it's all cleaned up. But here's a little sneak preview. All right. Now this black sand is thick. Yeah, I think we got a decent amount. She says 50. I bet by the time I clean it up fully at the house, that probably won't be too far off. Look at that, we got a line of gold in the pan. So that ain't too bad, folks. That ain't too bad right there. All right, it's looking pretty good, and I think we've identified either a different pay streak or the pay streak that we were on way down there is actually continuing. So we thought it was kind of running out, but I think because of the drought, and we could see a little bit more of the terrain and where the rocks were piled up and where there was kind of a low spot, I think it really helped us find another little deposit. So it's turning out pretty good. So I'm going to do a few more pans before we head home and see if we can get a little bit more. And while I'm doing that, my wife's going to be getting some more gold as well. So let's get back to it. I got myself another pan filled up and let's see what the result is. It's all in the hips. Gold panning is all in the hips, according to my wife. I did. She's injured her good wrist, so she's trying out one-handed panning and apparently panning with her hips. Whatever it takes to get the job done. And let's see if we're still on the gold or not. I'm hoping that we are. I'm pretty sure we are. Sometimes the gold just disappears, but okay, there's a decent piece in there. There's a few pieces in there. Alright, I think our speck count is going down a little bit. But there's some decent pieces in there. So sometimes when you stray off to one side or another, you get less gold. And that kind of seems to be what's happened here. I got some decent colors, but I surely don't have as good of a speck count as I had before. But that one's not tiny right there. It's a decent sized little piece, and so is that, but looks like we only got 3 or 4 pieces in this pan. All right, so here's the area that I've been working, and that last pan that I took, I started to go this direction because it was getting too hard to dig over here. There's just a couple big boulders down there that I just can't get pried up, and the gold I think was a lot better on this side of the hole than it is over here. So I'm going to try to take one more pan from this side and see if it's still good or not. It's a big old piece of lead. Oh, I see a nice piece of gold. I see a couple. There's at least 3, 4. Doesn't seem to be a whole lot more than 4 though. But they're nice pieces. 5. That's decent. Might be like 6 pieces in there. Okay. I was about to say maybe we went too deep. But I'm still finding nice pieces of gold. Here, let's zoom in on that. You can see some decent pieces in there. I mean, there's some decent gold in there. 2, 3, 4. I think that's 1 piece. 5, 6. 6 pieces of gold. I'm not mad at that. When you hit this layer right here, that's the good stuff. Look at that. Well, that might be the flake of the day right there. And it's iron stained. See, it's got that red tint to it. Hey, that's a nice little flake of gold for glacial gold right there. That's what I'm talking about. Can I feel it? Let's see, is it a feeler?
I got a little fancy one.
You got a fancy one? Oh, I can feel it. Definitely not a picker by any sense of the word. But look at that. It's not a picker, but it is a sticker and a feeler. Nice. I think that's about all the material that I'm going to run today, but let's go check in on my wife and see how she's doing. She's up here feeding her little bucket through the sluice. It's looking pretty good. I see a big piece of lead in there. For sure. Sure there's some gold in there too. You gotta keep pulling the leaves out, huh?
Yeah.
They keep getting in the way. Well, what we figured out is that Dream Mat really likes to run hot. So some people might say that this is too much flow, but I don't agree at all. I think it's perfect. I mean, you see that big piece of lead, it's not moving at all.
Neither is that one.
Yep, it's staying right there. So yeah, these things like to be run hot. Up down here you can see the cells we got lots of action in them. And that's exactly what you want. But if you want to see how much gold that my wife ends up getting, you're going to have to go and check out her channel. She just did a live stream and showed most of the gold that she got today. But go check out Careless Whispers on YouTube for some more gold panning and gold prospecting adventures and rock adventures and cooking streams and I mean all kinds, lots of random stuff. Lots of random stuff. And don't forget to check out her merch store as well. Look at that. That's a pretty cool looking shirt. All right, so we're going to fill our hole in and clean up and head on back to the house. And when I get to the house, we'll clean up the gold nice and careful like and give you some nice good shots of what we got today. So see you back at the house right now. All right, here is all the concentrates from the pans and a little bit of sluicing that I did. I'm going to classify it down here with a kitchen strainer. Alright, a lot of little pieces of lead in there. Looks good. And we'll set that aside and see how much we got here. Alright, we got a fair amount to pan with. I could put this through the cleanup sluice, but I'm just going to sit here and pan it out. Take my time. I don't really feel like setting up the cleanup sluice right now. So we're just going to pan it out. Probably have to pan it a couple times to get all of it. So I'm not a perfect panner. I'll probably get 95% the first pass, but. All right, we got the gold all cleaned up from today, and we're gonna do a snuffer dump. And take a look at what we got. And there's definitely gold in there. Let's shake it all down to one side and tap it into a line. There we go. We got a line of gold in there. Look at that. I wouldn't necessarily call it a pile, but this is glacial gold, folks. This ain't Georgia or California. This is glacial gold. That's a lot of pieces. My wife said 50. She said 50 as her guess. And let's go ahead and see. Can we get any kind of count? Probably too many to count, to be honest. But I think 50 is probably pretty good. Probably a pretty good estimate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think 50 is a pretty good guess. Man, my wife is on top of it. She's good at guessing. We'll tap that up into a line. Look at that. I don't think it's gonna weigh, folks. I don't think it's gonna weigh. But look at that. We got a nice piece. There's our feeler. Ooh, I can feel that one. It's small, but I can feel it. Can't really feel any of these others. But look at that. I'll take it. I will take it. It's good to be back on the gold. Alright, you ready to weigh this 0.000 grams? Hey, I didn't expect it to be that much. 0.018 grams. Wow, it actually did move the scale. That's crazy. All right, if you guys go check out my merch store, goldiswhereyoufind it.com, I got a few new shirts here that I want you to check out, and I think they're pretty cool. The first one, look at it, the Old Timers t-shirt. It's got a picture of a old-time gold miner, and you can see he's losing a bunch of gold out of the end of his pan. And it says the old timers didn't get it all at the bottom. It's $19.99. It's got all the sizes that you need. Anything you purchase supports the channel. And here's the other one right here. I do hard labor for fun, and that is what I do. Hard labor for fun with the pick and the shovel and the pan full of gold. Also $19.99. So please go on over to goldiswhereyoufind it.com and pick out yourself a cool t-shirt. I got some other stuff on there as well, and I would really appreciate that. And you can sport some of this fancy new merch. And if you go on over to my wife's YouTube channel at Careless Whispers, she's got a store set up as well, and go check out her store. She's got all kinds of new shirts on there, and the one that she was sporting today is, ooh, that's a sweatshirt version, but right there's the Nugget Hunter t-shirt, and she's got all kinds of creative stuff on there. So please go on over there to Careless Whispers merch store, and she's got some really cool shirts on there. And I'm slacking on mine because hers are off the chain. So go check out her merch store as well. because I'm pretty sure you can probably find something you like on there, because look at all this cool stuff she's got. Sweet. Also, please check out the rest of my channel. I have got a lot of videos on there that you might find interesting. So subscribe, hit the bell notification icon, and leave a comment. Consider joining to become a member. Appreciate you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace.